I'm Ethan Evans, punter for the Los Angeles Rams, and this is the side that you don't see.
What's the biggest thing mentally that you've ever had to overcome or are still overcoming?
I would definitely say it was probably the recruiting process for me coming out of high school. I went to a really small high school in North Carolina called North Ferry. My hometown's super small. I always tell people I'm from Mount Airy, but I'm actually from Low Gap, North Carolina, which maybe has a population of 100, 200 people. So it's super, super small. So when I was in high school, I had this mentality like, oh, I gotta go Division One, like I gotta go Power Five, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And I was talking one specific school, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna offer you full ride, da 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 da. The day they were supposed to call me, I didn't get a call, so I messaged with the coach. I was like, hey man, like what's going on? Da da da. And they were like, hey, we offer this other kid, sorry. And then that was the last I heard from them, and I was really, really, I was pretty depressed after that because I was like, well, there goes my football dream and everything. But my dad actually convinced me to, hey, like it's not over yet. Like let's look at some smaller schools. Um, smaller schools don't necessarily give full rides. They don't have as many full rides as big Power Five schools. So it was kind of like, all right, let's just get a scholarship and I'll get a job and I'll pay for my college. So. Went to a bunch of D2 schools, eventually found Wingate, went to their specialist camp, did really, really well there. And then coach pulled me aside 10 seconds after the camp and was like, hey, you got a full ride. So, that kind of took a lot of pressure off my parents and me. And then, it just kind of showed like, all right, I got one shot, I'm going to college to play football now. I'm just gonna work my ass off to get to my dream of playing in the NFL. And after that, I kind of took the mentality like, it's never really over as long as you just keep going. So yeah, I would say that was probably the biggest mental obstacle that I had to overcome.
So it sounds like your parents really helped you overcome that by pushing you to keep going.
Oh yeah, especially my dad. My dad's, the biggest role model in my life, and he's a police officer and everything. So, I see him go out in the world, deal with, the worst of people, and then he comes home and he's just a dad. So, you've seen how hard he worked and everything. I kind of try to take the same work mentality that he has.
Your story is I didn't know that. Your story is inspirational because there's definitely people out there who are in high school, who are in college trying to get to that next level. And it is so hard. It is so rare to be in the NFL. There's such a small percent. But you're proof that you don't have to be a Duke award-winning player to all this D1 accolades to make it. What's your advice to people out there who may be watching this as the high schooler you that you once were?
I would tell them take all your options that you can get. Don't have like don't have a tunnel vision. With once you want like football is football no matter where you go. Like it's a 100-yard field no matter where you go. Like yeah, the crowd may not be as big, but it's still the game that you love to play. And if you have a love for the game, if the game is like breathing to you, you're gonna find a way to keep playing it. I would say for everybody, don't be afraid to go to a smaller school because I'm super happy that I went to Wingate. The head coach there when I was there, Coach Reich. I mean, his brother is Frank Reich. That was a good connection to the NFL, but I didn't know that going in. So it was kind of like a luck of the draw. Like, oh wow, like this guy has NFL connections and everything. So yeah, I would just tell guys like don't ever try to set your sight on being this Power Five, Division One, whatever. Da 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 da. Just keep trying to play the game, man. The game's the same no matter where you are.
Is there something you do, by the way, before to get your mentality all good for punting? I mean, kickers and punters have a tough job. Is there something you do to stay focused and stay calm?
I just try to have fun with it, to be honest. I've never been a big like, oh, I gotta listen to this certain type of music to lock in, or I gotta go out to the field before the game and do visualization. I've always been a guy that as long as I'm out there having fun, that's when I do my best. Because at the end of the day, it is a game that we're playing. So I go out and act like it is a game, and just try to be like the little kid that I was, just playing football, having fun with my friends. So, yeah, I just try to take that same mentality.